Okay, good morning class. So at this point you guys have received your control test 1 back. Okay. So we will be running through the memo at this point, and you can just see if I've marked properly, fairly. Also, if you deserve a mark, we will give the mark to you. Okay, it's no problem. Just come to me at the end of the lesson. You just circle the question number in which I must have a look at. I will have a look at it and award you the mark. Okay, or if I've given you an extra mark, you just circle the question as well. Okay, at this point you check it that I've marked every question and that I've added up your totals correctly. Okay. Alright, so this is the control test 1. It was 2 hours long. I don't think I will be able to finish the whole control test in this lesson, but we'll try and complete as much as possible. Otherwise we will continue with the remaining questions tomorrow. If there's anything that you need to clarify, please ask. Feel free to ask, and then we can just clarify whatever the misunderstanding is. Okay? Also let me know if there's something I haven't taught you that's in the exam. Okay, because sometimes I think I'm teaching a group of other learners here. Okay. Or your tutor making you confused? If I'm making you confused. So there's somebody that's confused. One of the three of us is confused. You that's confused. Okay. Somebody, you're right. You're right. Alright, so at this point, people, we have proven in question 1.1. Remember, when you're given an answer book, you can answer the questions in any order you wanted. So if you started with algebra first, no problem. Okay. In future as well, if you want to answer in mixed order as well, just keep the questions and its sub-questions together. Like all question 1's questions together and so on. Otherwise, you can answer whichever one you want to answer first. Okay. The geometry was first in this paper, so I'll do it as it was in the paper. Question 1.1 was a proof. I've done this proof with you more than once. Okay. In the links below, I will put the link to this proof as well. I'm not going to prove it again for 5 marks. Okay. So we carry on. In question 1.2, we are told that in the diagram, O is the center of the circle. So O is the center of the circle of ABD. F is a point on chord AB such that DOF is perpendicular to AB. So if DOF is perpendicular to AB, that means to say that AF is equal to FB. Why? Perpendicular from center to chord bisects the chord. Then we are told that AB is equal to 8. So if that's equal to 8, that is 4, of course. 4. And FD is 8, which is this length here. So if this whole length is 8, then OD, which is your radius, can then be determined in terms of x. Not so. So if this FD is 8 and OF is x, then what is the length of DO? 8 minus x. Okay. The question says determine the length of the radius of the circle. Of course I must apply Pythagoras. Not so. But now to put that into play, none of those in the radius on the diagram. So there's parts of it I needed to state. Okay. With regards to question 1.1, before I forget, if you don't have a construction there, you are not going to get your mark for that proof. No? You must have a construction, which is your radii that you work in there. Okay. So let's go with this here quickly. So firstly, we're saying that is 8. So I'm saying that FB is equal to 4. And why is FB equal to 4? Because it's perpendicular from center to chord. Perpendicular from center to chord bisects the chord. Then we say that this is 8, and then we say that OD is going to be 8 minus x, which is the same as OB. Why? Why is OB 8 minus x? Because it's your radius or radii. Go for it. Don't. Okay. But why did I need that? I needed that length so that I can set up Pythagoras. Did you see that, people? So it's going to be 8 minus x squared equals x squared plus 4 squared. Why? Because it's coming from the theorem of Pythagoras with OFB equals 90 degrees. So 8 squared, of course, is 64. That times 2 is going to be negative 16x plus x squared is equal to x squared plus 16. Is that correct? You don't forget the sum right. Sorry? You're correct. Then say it's correct. Those will cancel. So you got negative 16x equal to 16 minus 64. What's 16 minus 64? (48). Negative 48. Divide by 16 both sides. Get an answer of 5. But have you answered the question? Yes? Sorry? 3. X is equal to 3. You can't be 3. Yeah, it says 8 minus 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. Yes? Yeah? Oh, it's 3. No, I say 4, who said 5? Did I say 5? So therefore, the radius, which is OB, is equal to 8 minus 3, which is 5. 5 centimeters. What was puzzling me is that if that is 3 and this is 5, could that have been 3 and 5? Why not? Why couldn't that have been the case? The hypotenuse has to be the longer side. Not so? And that wasn't the case. That was a bit hesitant there. But I've divided wrong. Okay. Any questions here, people? No? Let's look at question 2. In question 2, we are told that O is the center of the circle. Morning. In each figure, in each case, determine the value of the lowercase letters a, b, c, etc. Give reason for each statement. So in the first one here, for 6 marks, let's calculate the value of a. So what's the value of a? Angle at center is twice angle at circumference. Okay? So angle A is going to be 64 degrees. Why is angle A 64? Angle angle at center is equal to 2 times angle at circumference. I'm going to calculate B. I'm going to calculate B. It's a revolution. So B is equal to 360 degrees minus 64. 296. Why? Angles around a point or revolution. Okay. And then angle at center is twice angle at circumference. Can you see that, people? So C is going to be half of 296, which is 148. Angle at center is equal to 2 times angle at circumference. Okay. Any confusion here, people? .2. So again, yes. If I look at this angle here, we calculate C. Angle C2 is the same as angle X here. Not so. C2 is equal to X. Why? It's angles opposite equal sides. And it's because of the fact that it's a radius. Now what? X plus 56 equal to X plus 56 adds up to what? 180. Why? Angle in the triangle. So 2x is equal to 180 minus 56. Divided by 2 gives us is 180 minus 56 divided by 2, that's 62 degrees. You all agree with that? What's our reason here? Sum of triangles. It's triangle DOC. Okay. How do I get to angle Y? The size of Y? A is equal to 90 degrees. Why is A equal to 90 degrees? Angle in semicircle. Okay, and now? Angles in a triangle. So I say Y is equal to 180 minus 90 minus 26, which is 64. Is that correct? Sum of triangles, and it's triangle BID. Okay. Let's go with Z. Angle at center is 2 times angle at circumference. Okay. So Z is equal to half of 56, which is 28. Why? Angle at center is equal to 2 times angle at circumference. Okay? Any confusion there? Question 3. That brings us to algebra. Okay. So the question says solve for x. So what you notice here is that it's already in factor form. It's already equal to 0. So if that is the case, we set each factor equal to 0. So 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Or 2 to the exponent x minus 1 is equal to 0. You take it over, becomes 2x equal to 3 divided by 2. So x is 3 over 2. This one here, if you take that over, is 2 to the x equal to 1. And 1 is 2 to the 0. Anything at the power 0 is 1. So therefore x is equal to 0. What's wrong? Your answer is right. What did I say? What did I say? You see, you don't listen when I spoke initially. I said, if you have marked wrong, no problem. Just come to me at the end of the lesson. What you're supposed to be doing? Circle the question number with a pencil. If you must get a mark, I'll give it. I don't get extra money if I keep marks away from you. Okay? (3.1.2). The question says correct to 2 decimal places. So automatically you should know you must use a quadratic formula. Not so. So to use a quadratic formula, it must be in the standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. It must be in that form. So we multiply out, we then get negative 3x squared plus 6x plus 5 equals 0. Why did I write it like that? So that I can have it in standard form. You can divide it by negative if you like, but it will make no difference. The formula can handle it. My a value, of course, is negative 3. My b value is 6 and my c value is 5. My formula is x equal to minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. I don't understand, some of you got the formula given to you in the exam, but some of you still wrote down the formula down. Okay? So x equal to b, which is 6, so it's negative 6, plus minus the square root of 6 squared, minus 4, my a value is negative 3, and my c value is 5 over 2, and my a value is negative 3. So that gives us negative 6 plus the square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times a times c over 2a. Is that negative 0.63? Is that correct? Or we replace that with a negative 2.63. Is that correct, people? Right. This question here, you have to show your substitution. Okay? Any questions here? No? People, in 3.1.3, it says here by completing the square. So if you do anything other than completing the square, you are not going to get a mark for this question. You must do completing the square. Okay? Did they ask you to write your answer in simplified surd form? So of course we divide by 2 first, take out 2 as a common factor. And it's an x squared minus 3 over 2x minus 15 over 2. So you ask yourselves, okay? What must be added here to complete the square with? So we say plus 3 over 2 times half is 3 over 4 and must be squared. Minus 3 over 4 squared is 9 over 16. This is your perfect square trinomial. So it will be x minus 3 over 4 squared minus. So that's going to give you negative 9 over 16 negative 9 over 16 minus 15 over 2 gives you negative 129 over 16. Is that correct? Negative 129 over 16. So if that was an expression, that's where I stop. Sorry about that. If that was an expression, that's where I stop. But this is an equation. So one of two things. No, I don't stop. First multiply the 2 in. That will be 2 into x minus 3 over 4 squared minus 129 over 16. Now 8. That's where I stop. What's an equation? So I take 129 over. Did I make a mistake? Take that over. Is 2 into x minus 3 over 4 squared equals 129 over 8. Divided by 2. So x minus 3 over 4 squared is equal to 129 over 16. So what do I do now? Square root. Why did you square root? What must I not forget? So plus minus. The square root of 129 over square root of 16 is. We take that over the equal sign. It becomes x is equal to 3 plus minus the square root of 129. Okay, very important process to know how to do. You need to know it for your June exam. Okay. No, I took this away. In 3.1.4, this is your inequality question. So what do I do first? I'm going to get 9x over the equal sign. Okay, so what do I get? X squared minus 9x must be greater than 0. You all agree with that? I can't divide by x in this case because if you divide by x, you'll be losing a solution. So we never divide by a variable. Okay? You take out x as a common factor, I'm left with x minus 9 is greater than 0. So what are my critical values here? What are my 0 values? 0 and 9. So take us to the graph, is 0 and 9. This is y is equal to 0. So more than 0 means you say what? Positive. Above the line is positive. Less than 0 is negative. So is this part of the graph, and that part is positive. So what do we say here? X has to be, is this continuous or breaking solution? Break. So take x is less than 0 or x is more than 9. So x is less than 0 or x is more than 9. Okay. Any confusion here? No? In 3.1.5, the first step is to isolate the root. Is to get the root standing on its own. You take that 4 over. The square root of x minus 2 is equal to x minus. Okay. So what do we do now? Square both sides. Why? As to get rid of the square root. So it's x minus 2 is equal to x minus 4 squared is x squared. X times negative 4 times 2 is negative 8x Negative 4 squared is positive 16. Get in standard form. So 0 is equal to x squared. Negative 8x minus x is negative 9x. 16 plus 2 is 18. Trinomial again. If you can't factorize the trinomial, you can use the quadratic formula. Okay? Alhamdulillah, I can factorize. It's 6 times 6 and 3, both negative. Okay? So I can conclude here that x minus 6 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 6, or x minus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. And very important, we need to test if it's correct. I put 6 in here. 6 minus 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2, and 2 plus 4 is 6, so that one works. Let's plug 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. The square root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Is 5 equal to 3? No. So it's not 3. And you have to check, people. If you don't check, you will lose a mark. Okay. Any confusion here? (2.1.6). When you're multiplying and bases are the same, what do you do to the exponents? You add them. So it's 3. 2x minus 1 plus negative x plus 2 can be written as 2x minus 1 minus x plus 2 equals 81. And 81 can be written as 3 to the exponent 4. The idea is to get the bases the same for the exponents to be equal. Is the basis the same? Yes. So I can conclude now. Let's add these exponents here. That will give us 2x minus x is x. Negative 1 plus 2, positive 1, equals 4. When bases are the same, exponents are equal. Okay. So I take it 1 over the equal sign, so x equal to 4 minus 1, which is 4. Any confusion here? It's easy to see somebody else do it, no? Yes. You must do it yourself, it's a different story, no? So we'll stop here. During tomorrow's lesson, we'll wrap up this paper, inshallah. And we'll also sort out whatever marks that you're supposed to be getting, you should be getting. People, enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, class.